Hello YouTube, it's Dewey. So I'm camped here in the Targhee National Forest, just to the west of Yellowstone. Today we're going to go ride through Yellowstone.
Well, welcome to Yellowstone. So we are starting off today with traffic. So this is the fun of somewhere as popular as Yellowstone. I'm probably later than I should have. I slept in again. That was probably my mistake. So I think I'm stuck in this for a while. But I am going to actually crank through Yellowstone as fast as I can. I am planning to not really stop. I have been here before. I've seen it all. I will post some pictures though as we're going of various places. But that is the plan. So I'm just gonna sit in line. It's moving okay, and get up here and pay, and then we will get going. Well, we are through the stopped traffic trying to get into the park. That was quite a line. That was not a lot of fun. I'm hot. My clutch hand is a little bit sore, but we are in Yellowstone, and for all of the pictures you see in National Geographic, and it is beautiful, this is the real Yellowstone experience. A line of cars and RVs for as far as you can see around the corner, going at a very leisurely pace. So it's pretty funny. The unnamed national park employee at the gate told me to be really careful, because there's a lot of people who have never driven an RV before, and a lot of people who should never be driving an RV cruising around the park, randomly stopping to take pictures of squirrels. I thought it was pretty funny, and it's pretty true. So there's not going to be a whole lot of incredibly interesting ride. So here's the first stop. We're on Gibbons Falls here. So I will throw a picture up. So we're actually going away from, I can also throw up some pictures. We were at a junction and I turned left, and the road could have gone right, and that goes down to Old Faithful, which is obviously what one of the top attractions at Yellowstone is. So I've done it. I've sat and waited with my tripod and gotten pictures. It's a beautiful area. It really is. If you have never been to Yellowstone and never seen Old Faithful, it is pretty spectacular. Despite the crowds, despite all of that, it's getting to see the power of nature in action, and that is super cool. So as you can see, I always find it interesting how many people put Yellowstone down as a motorcycle trip destination ride, and I think it's a great tourist destination, but you just cannot have a huge amount of fun riding Yellowstone. There's just too many people, and I can say that I did it, and I got up really early one morning before the crowds were up, and I did go for a rip, and I was moving right along. But yeah, this is most of the deal, is just plodding along behind everybody. I wish I could sort of convey the smell going through there. That is the sulfur, rotten egg smell. You definitely get it on your motorcycle. We're coming up on one of my favorite places in Yellowstone. Actually, I really like this section where you come down and there's just rocks scattered on both sides of the road as you're going through them. It is really, really cool. It's very unique topology. You can see it's almost like a moonscape with some pine trees. And it's a little more fun when you're going more than 16 miles an hour. This minivan's getting going for it around these corners. Good for you, Colorado. Good for you. And now we're going to drop down into Mammoth Hot Springs. I'm going to zip right by. I know it's going to be full of traffic, but we'll throw a couple of pictures up here, and then we will check in when it's done. See Mammoth Hot Springs here. As you saw in the pictures, I was here on a pretty day to take pictures of it. It is phenomenal. It is a very, very unique spot. I love it, but man alive. So that stop there and the buffalo sign brings up an interesting point, which is, what in the world do you do on your motorcycle if one of those is on the road and decides to come at you? In your car, you just stay put and hope that your 4 tons stays put when it's 2 tons of mass decides to not like you. On the motorcycle, I'm not entirely sure. What do? Do I put my bike on the kickstand and try to get the bike between me and the buffalo or the bison? Do I turn around and start knocking on doors of people's car to get in with them? I really don't know what I would do. I guess it's a problem that I have never really thought of. Only in Yellowstone do you have to worry about stuff like that. That was not on the basic rider's training course of how to deal with buffalo in the road. You know, I don't think I'd want to honk at it or rev it. I don't want to make it mad. That wouldn't work. So hopefully I don't have to put that to the test. Hopefully I'm not trying to run into somebody's car opening their doors to see if it's unlocked. The problem is all the modern cars, they automatically lock the doors when you start them. I don't think any of them would have an unlocked door anymore. I'd be in trouble. So that's my thought for the day. This is very slow going. I have been on the road for about 4 hours and I've covered about 80 miles. It is ridiculous. It has been 15 to 20 miles an hour the entire way, basically, other than occasionally I'll get a break to just accelerate up and stand up and try to get some airflow, but then it's right back into stop and go traffic. It's brutal. People, man, that dude was like 15 feet from that thing. It's madness. Like I said, I probably ought to say, I don't want this to turn into I hope it doesn't come across like me complaining about Yellowstone in this video, because that is far from the truth. I think it's an absolutely beautiful place. That's why I chose to ride through it. But holy smokes, some of the stuff you see. I guess that's part of the sightseeing, huh? You see some four-legged and two-legged wildlife. Until next time, it's Dewey out.